Welcome, juicers. Welcome to another episode of Spirit Juice No Additive with Edward. Nice to see you guys again. How do you guys like the new look? The new look. Um, we're getting better over here on this channel. We have 313 subscribers in the last 5 days. My goodness, we went from 240 something to now we at over 300 subscribers. That is great to me. I'm glad that people are stopping by, joining this channel. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be abreast of all our latest posts. Today, we are going to talk about R. Kelly. R. Kelly, as you know, got 30 years from his New York case. And then the federal court here in Chicago tacked on an additional year. Yeah, that's kind of bogus. But he's 56 now. He'll be 80 something when he get out of jail. I mean, United States is like one of the harshest place to go to jail. I mean, they tack on the years. Unlike the European countries, and they just don't go for the juggler like United States do. But yeah, he don't deserve to walk the world again. He needs to be locked up like a caged animal that he is. I do have a R. Kelly story or stories that I wanted to tell you guys. He lived in Chicago, downtown. I was a waiter in Chicago at Cheesecake Factory in the John Hancock building. Is it John Hancock building? Yeah, the John Hancock building, across from the water tower. And then also I worked at Bennigan's, which was on Wacker in Michigan Avenue, right there on the corner, 225 Michigan Avenue. And I had the pleasure of meeting him at least 4 different times as he would frequent these 2 restaurants. And each time this man was rude, okay? Very rude. He actually talked about me with his entourage. I was younger then. I was much younger. I was modeling at the time in Chicago. And he made fun of my mannerisms, saying I was gay and this and that and this and that. But what is so real is the fact that we don't have to exact revenge because God will take them down right in your eyes. It was just amazing that I seen from that time back in, I want to say the late 80s, the early 90s, that I ran into him on 4 different occasions, and all of which were unpleasant. And he was very nasty, not a smile cracked the whole time that he was in the restaurant on 4 different occasions. He treated me like crap. And to see him now being locked up over these things that he's done is not gratification, but it shows you that God will exact the revenge. I had no idea. I just thought he wasn't a nice person, but to what extent, I never knew. But come to find out, he's really a nice, he's not a nice person, especially to young girls. So it's very sad, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, they tacked on 1 additional year. Some people are upset about that, but hey, at least he's being punished. At least he's not getting away with it like he did for years. And at least they holding him accountable. So hey, we can't ask for more than that. Let God revenge do its work and its will in our lives, and let it be like that. Okay, nothing would never be enough for us. Okay, and we can never, having his freedom taken, being away from these young girls is punishment enough for this man. Okay, but let's just take a listen to what's going on over here.
I was pleased that the judge agreed with our guidelines range. Less pleased that he went above the guidelines range, but ultimately running the sentence concurrent and just basically adding 1 year to what he actually serves. And that is a win in our view, and it's the right outcome. Of course, age is an important factor, because of his life expectancy in prison. As the judge pointed out, if you're sentencing a 25-year-old man versus a 56-year-old man, you can take that into account.
Okay, y'all. This is the R. Kelly situation. Let's read the Chicago, February 23rd. A federal judge in Chicago on Thursday sentenced R. Kelly to 1 additional year in prison for his conviction on sex crimes, extending a 30-year handed to the Grammy-winning R&B singer after an earlier trial in New York, local media reported. At a 90-minute hearing, Judge Harry Lindenberger or Weber, I have no idea, of the U.S. District Court for Northern Illinois in Chicago, also ordered Kelly to serve 19 years simultaneously with the previous sentence. So basically, he ran part of this sentence. It would have been 20 years, but he put 19 years simultaneously going along with the New York 30 years. So, they running them congruent or concurrent together, not consecutive. Like, he won't do the 30 years and then do 20 years. He's doing the 30 years and he's doing the 20 years while he's doing the 30 years. And they tacked on additional years. So once he finished the 30 years, he got to do another year in Chicago. So he'll be well into his 80s, no matter how much good time he get. In September, Kelly, whose name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, was convicted in federal court of felony sexual exploitation of a child, enticement of a female, and possession of material containing child pornography. This all involves his little goddaughter that they were talking about that he molested. The nature of this offense is horrible, horrific, Lyndon Weber said before handing down the sentence. Kelly, along with 2 of his associates, were found not guilty of obstructing a 208 state pornography case that ended with his acquittal. Wow. But anyway, he gets his just dessert. And that's great. So we're going to move on from R. Kelly. Like Tim Norman, he's a dead issue. He's where he needs to be at. We're going to leave him there to wallow in his woes and lick his wounds and all of that good stuff. But what's interesting is these recent posts about Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter. I know y'all getting tired of them, but hey, let's give it one more round. The son is now speaking out and saying how he witnessed his dad bully his mom and hit his mom and use her for money, manipulate her, use her addiction against her. These are all things that were said in the previous video, and people were like, where do you get your information from? From the horse's mouth, okay? How about that? The horse's mouth speaking. He grew up in his house. If he don't know these folks better than we do, then nobody do. Okay, so he's saying exactly what we all knew. Behavior is behavior as behavior. It tells its own story. We don't have to hear it out of their mouth. All we can do is pick up the bits and pieces and look at how things turn out and the direction that they move in, and we come to certain conclusions about what's going on behind closed scene. And yes, we were right. This Kevin Hunter just bullied her. He would have bullied her out of this money had Wendy not signed on to this for this guardianship. All her money would be gone. Her and Serena, that's all they're preoccupied. And I think it's less about the money at this point and more about power and him not getting his way. He's accustomed to bullying people to get them to do what he wants them to do. But now that's not working because he can't go directly to Wendy. He has to go through the court, and the court ain't to be bullied. So he is not getting and yielding what he's always yielded, which is money. So now he's trying to work his way around everything, and it's just not working. God has put a clamp on that purse, and he can't get it open, and he can't get nothing out of it. And I I'll be willing to guess that Serena Hudson is going to leave him sooner or later, because what else is there to stay for? He ain't the most fabulous looking person. He doesn't seem like the most nicest person. And believe me, people watch you when you doing dirt to other people. You know, if she do Wendy like that, any amount of success that Serena will amass will probably be done the same way. He'll probably be using her. Who knows who he cheating with? I mean, the vicious cycle. Once a dog never loses his spots. He's probably doing the same thing that he did to Wendy with Serena Hudson. She is on her bags are packed. They trying to plot, you know. I think leaving him would be the last result, because they are holding out for more money, of course, because Wendy still have money. Once all this is dead and over with and she gets control of her money again, she'll be pretty well off. And remember, it's earning interest. More interest than it would if they were spending and going through it. Wendy is not working. She don't have an income. So my goodness, this is the best thing for Wendy, this guardianship. I mean, my goodness, who could have planned it better but someone that is conniving and manipulative and smart and methodical as Wendy Williams? She's always giving advice on her show when somebody's done wrong. You should do this. You should do that. You know, and I would have did this. And that's what she's doing to Kevin. Kevin, you know, and now that she got that separation from Kevin and don't have to see him every day, and she's divorced from her wrath is just is not to be measured. I mean, it cannot be measured. He done lost his job. He done lost his marriage. My goodness, his son is turning against him. I mean, my goodness, he's about to lose the mother of his new child. I mean, God don't like ugly, okay? And Kevin Hunter is a prime example. So all these men out there that are manipulating women and treating them like crap, your day is coming, okay? Your day is coming. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. Just real quickly. Thank you for all the subscriptions. You guys tune in. Invite people, like, share, and subscribe, and holla.